Aloha friends, Aaron from HawaiiMusicSchool.com, and I'm here today to show you how to use your ukulele tuner to stay in pitch. Well, first, as you can see, my ukulele tuner is a clip-on tuner that I clip onto the back of the headstock over here. Now there are a whole bunch of different types of tuners. I mean, they've got tuners that clip on, they've got tuners that you plug in, they've got tuners that you just put in front. You can even download apps on your phone that'll teach you how to tune. There's a tuner that'll give you a note and you tune to the note. Tons and tons of different types of tuners out there. The tuner that I use on my ukulele is the headstock clip-on tuner. And normally what would happen is you'd clip it onto here, but because I have a slot head ukulele, I clip it on the middle part so that I can kind of get it out of the way and see. And sometimes if it's up here, it gets knocked off. But anyway, my tuner is actually the D'Addario mini tuner, and it's an updated version of my old Planet Waves D'Addario mini tuner that I had here. So the new tuner actually has a button that if I press it, it'll flip the display upside down so I can look at it from this angle rather than having to look at it from the top angle. Okay, so we're trying to get to G, and if this is showing up as F sharp, that means that we have to sharpen the note till we hit G. So in this case, I'm going to tighten my tuner by tuning counterclockwise. So I turn it. Okay, so I'm a little closer, but notice I'm still flat. My note is still just shy of G. So I tighten a little more, and a little more. Now I'm on pitch. So I would continue this onto my other strings, and just make sure that I'm in tune. Alright, now let me show you how to use a different type of tuner. This type of tuner is a little bit more accurate. A buddy of mine's a bass player, and because he's a bass player and those frequencies tend to be kind of hard to pick up on anything piezo based or clip-on based, he uses this tuner. This is a Peterson Strobe clip. Now the Strobe clip is based off of an algorithm that's a digital tuner, but it is based off of a strobe tuner. Now how a strobe tuner works is the frequency that your string vibrates at is what the thing spins at. And kind of like if you're looking at adjusting your timing, if you got a timing light on your car, how it strobes that light on there, when that line lines up, you're in time. It's the same thing with this. So once it stops moving, you're good to go. Okay? So let's take a look at how my ukulele and my tuning has been done up to this point with the Peterson Strobe clip. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it on. Now if it's not moving, it means we're in pitch. Now so if I'm out of pitch, it's going to look like this. So you see how it's going to the left, right? That means that I am flat. As it strobes to the right, it'll mean I'm sharp. So what I want to do is get this guy to stop moving. All right. Well, wouldn't you know it? According to this Peterson, my little D'Addario Planet Waves, mini tuner thing is pretty dead on because it's showing as being in pitch. Now, the other thing is, if you have somebody that's got a tuner and, they've got the clip-on type of tuner, but, you don't want to sit there and bug them about trying to help you tune or take off their tuner or anything like that, what you can do is tune to a pitch that they have. So if they gave you a note, so for example, there's a C, they give you that C note. What you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and you're going to put it on the 4th fret, and you want it to sound similar to the note right below it. So this is an E now, and we're going to play the E string. So that should be pretty close there. Now the next one, we're going to go all the way up to the 7th fret, and we're going to play it with the top string. Okay. Now that same note should be here at the 3rd fret. We could also go to the 5th fret of the 2nd string and play the bottom string. That's going to give us an A note. And then to check that one, we go to the top string at the 2nd fret, and that's how we know we're in pitch. Okay, so I call those reference points, reference tuning points. So because this is an A, that's an A as well, so is that. If I really wanted to get gnarly, I could go up here at the 9th fret, right? So knowing where the like notes are on here is going to help you stay in pitch too. Now the next thing is you want to make sure after you've tuned your instrument that you check the intonation on it, meaning you hit that light and you go ahead, see where it is. It should be dead on, okay? If your intonation is great, perfect. If your intonation is out, there's a couple of different things you can do. Number one, change the strings. A new set of strings is usually going to be more accurate as far as intonation goes than a used set of strings. And the reason for that is that these are nylon strings, and over time, as you're pressing them against metal frets, you start to get these little micro divots in that string. And what happens is, every time we get that divot in there, it's changing the way that string oscillates. Because now there's thinner parts and thicker parts, and it's not one straight line anymore. So the more you're stretching that out, as you're tuning it up, you're trying to get it in pitch, but that thing is still warbling a little bit. It's not going in that normal motion that it would. So, without getting into the science of it, if you change your strings, it'll be like a fresh set that oscillates in the proper way. So you put that on, then you check your intonation. That should fix the problem. Now, if it doesn't, then I would suggest taking it to a luthier. And what I mean by that is going to the guy, not, some random Guitar Center guy or something like that. You want to go to a guy that actually really does instrument repair, and go take it to him and have him check to see if that there's anything to do with the nut or the saddle that he could, bring in and intonate. Now, there's very, very little play on acoustic instruments. So a lot of times, if your bridge is out of place, you may have to get your bridge moved, or, you might have to do something with your neck here. Now, that can get pretty pricey. The other thing is, a lot of people talk to me about their intonation being out when they're playing chords up the neck. A lot of times it's human error. Now, your intonation might be out, but a lot of times it is human error in the sense that we are either squeezing a little too hard, or we're bending the string up or down. Now, keep in mind, we have these frets on here, right? So as I press that fret, all I'm trying to do is get that string to rest on that fret enough that it won't vibrate past this way. Okay, so that note will take its pitch from that fret. If I press too hard here, then it's like I'm stretching the string more that way. If I press this all the way down to the wood, that's going to make this note sharp. So we don't want to press to the wood, okay? We just want to press hard enough for that fret to take the note, okay? And as we're doing that, we want to make sure that we're straight up and down. We don't want our finger being up like this, because check this out. If I'm playing this chord, if I start bending this up, it doesn't work, right? You want to make sure your fingers are going almost at a right angle to the fretboard, so that you're holding that note in the proper spot that lets that fret take that note, and then you're good to go. What you want to make sure first and foremost is that your instrument is in tune. Now, using a tuner is a great way to do that. The next thing is, if you don't have a tuner, or even if you've already tuned with the tuner, you want to check to make sure that you're definitely in pitch. What you want to do is go through and use those places that I showed you, those marking points, to check to make sure that you're in pitch. You want to check your intonation, And then from there, you just want to play the ukulele and have fun. So hopefully you guys liked this video. And if you liked it, go ahead, smash the like button below. Hit subscribe also, because I could always use more subscribers. I love to see when more people pop up on my channel. I definitely like to grow it. Check me out on HawaiiMusicSchool.com. Sign up today and you get 2 weeks for free. Alright guys, aloha.